Are you tired of constantly trying to be better? Faster, smarter, more productive than the next person? It feels like we're all just stuck on this giant treadmill running a race that has no finish line. But what if the whole point isn't to win that race? What if the goal is to get off the treadmill and run a completely different race, one that you design yourself? Hi everyone, this is Steve Black with Let's Talk Referrals, and that's exactly what I'm going to cover today. This probably looks familiar, right? It's that constant stressful scramble to the top, the pressure to outperform, to outwork, to just out hustle everyone. I call this the better trap. And it's not just exhausting, it's actually a terrible strategy. It keeps us constantly looking over our shoulder at what everyone else is doing instead of looking ahead at where we could be going. And here's the real problem with that trap. When your goal is simply to be better, you're automatically playing by somebody else's rules. You're letting their strengths define the game. You're using their metrics to measure success. It forces you into this never ending cycle of comparison where you're just one of many trying to inch ahead. It is literally a race you cannot win. So, if playing the better game is a trap, what's the escape hatch? Well, it's a simple but incredibly powerful shift in your thinking. The goal actually isn't to be better, the goal is to be different. This one little change takes you from a game you can't win to a game you can't lose. Why? Because in the game of being you, there is no competition. When you're playing the better game, the measure is always their yardstick. The focus is on their rules. Your position is just one of many, and the outcome, as we said, is a race you can't win. But now look at the different game. Suddenly the measure is your yardstick. The focus is on your rules. You're positioned in a category of one, and the outcome is a game you can't lose. You're not playing their game anymore. You're inventing your own. Okay, so I know that all sounds great in theory, right? But how do we actually start playing this new game? And shifting your mindset is that crucial first step. The next step is to build your brand on a foundation of what makes you truly, authentically different. So let's take a look at the framework for actually how to do that. And I'm going to cover 4 key principles that are going to guide us, and they all build on each other. We're going to look at why you need to focus on being a person over a product, how to discover your unique story, understand your story anatomy, and finally, how to go about defining your value. And first things first, people remember a person long before they remember a product. A really strong personal brand isn't just about what you sell or the service you offer. It's about forging a genuine connection that makes people think of you first. It's what attracts partners and clients who don't just want a solution. They want to work specifically with you. That personal connection becomes your magnet for opportunity. So where does that unique connection come from? Well, you don't have to invent it. It's already there, hidden inside your own story. Your life, with all of its specific twists, turns, challenges, and insights, is a treasure chest of value that nobody else on the planet has. Your story is the one thing your competition can never ever copy. It's your guarantee that your brand will be one of a kind. And a powerful brand story doesn't have to be some epic, complicated novel. It usually follows a very simple 3-part structure. First, you've got a challenge, a big problem you had to face. Second, the turning point, that key moment or insight that changed everything for you. And third, the outcome. The outcome is what you achieved and, more importantly, the lessons you learned from it. Challenge, turning point, outcome. That's the backbone of any memorable story. Once you've dug in and found that story, the next step is to distill it. You've got to boil it down. You're taking that whole web of experiences and funneling it down into one single crystal clear message. And this is more than just a tagline you slap on your bio. It's a tool for clarity that positions you perfectly in the minds of your audience. And here's the script to do just that. The value statement formula. It's so simple. Let's walk you through it. I help is who you serve. Who want is their biggest goal or desire. 2 is the specific result you help them get. And then the most important part, because. This is where you plug in your unique story, your unique secret sauce. That because is what makes you different. Let's look at this example. I help first time tech founders who want to secure seed funding to craft compelling investor pitches because my background as a journalist taught me how to run complex data into an unforgettable story. You see what's happening there? That because statement connects everything directly to a unique personal experience. It's not about being the best pitch coach. It's about being the only one who understands the story in that specific way. That's differentiation. So we've shifted our mindset from better to different. We've got a framework to actually define that difference. Now it's time to bring it all together. It's time to tell your unique story. Ultimately, this is what it all boils down to. This one image says it all. Different is greater than better. Building a brand that truly stands out isn't about outperforming everybody else on their terms. It's about being undeniably, authentically yourself. And when you leverage your personal connection, your unique story, and a clear value statement, you just move beyond the competition entirely. You create a category all of your own. And that leaves us with just one final and really crucial question for you to think about. This is the real starting point for your whole journey. What is the one unique story that you can tell?